So Five Eyes S&T is a collaborative agreement that's probably the longest running scientific collaborative agreement in defence. It allows our scientists to come together and talk at different levels of classification and discuss ideas and scientific concepts that could be applied to the warfighter and develop new ideas and new projects and new programs that can actually be enacted across the Five Eyes collaborators. The barriers are down. So seeing scientists come up with ideas live in the room and then be able to talk immediately to someone the other side, who would have been the other side of the world, about their idea and co-develop, and not just co-develop together but also synergize, so you get them fighting backwards and forwards their ideas and then coming out with an idea which is fantastic and it turns into a bit of a scrum. That is exciting, and that's tangibly exciting. And knowing that we have the Five Eyes community that can then take those ideas and turn them into something tangible, I mean, it makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. In the complex scenarios we work in these days, when it comes to warfighting, we have lots of systems across different countries that need to be working together. And so if we work with our partners at the early stage of development, we can ensure that those systems really work together cleanly from the very beginning, and we can exploit those synergies. We can extend our facilities usage beyond what we have in our own country. And that can be quite creative and really based upon the geographical positions that the different countries are in. For example, we don't really have access to Arctic space. And so when we develop our technologies, we're really stuck in developing technologies that work in the UK and the European regime in terms of weather and conditions. Whereas, of course, if we work with the Canadians, they've got extensive access to the Arctic space. And so we can trial our technologies there and work with their knowledge to ensure that those activities and those instruments that we make can work in that area. The other thing which is useful is places like Australia, which have lots of space. So when we're testing our long-range missiles or our weapons that need to have space, using the ranges that we have access to in Australia allow us to do those sorts of trials. There's been significant trials on quantum magnetic detection and navigation. And not just has the instruments been built as part and within the Five Eyes framework, but also they've gone out to be used in live events as an ability to allow our platforms to manoeuvre and understand where they are in a GPS-denied environment. Now, we could have done that under our own national schemes, but being able to do it using international platforms really gave us a much wider view of the applicability of that technology. So that's really physics. But then we also move as far as biology. So there's been a great program looking at freeze-drying platelets, which are an essential part of blood that assist in clotting. And by freeze-drying them, we can successfully deploy them much further towards the battlefield so that war hemorrhage or hemorrhage which has occurred due to battle injuries can be addressed and our soldiers can survive. That's again been a Five Eyes S&T success. We know that the geopolitical situation changing means that we have to do things quicker, faster, and also the battlefield is much more integrated. And that's a real S&T stronghold in terms of an area we can really change things. And I think going forwards, one of the things we've declared this week is that we're going to increase the pace of our research to match the requirement. So what I see going forwards is the Five Eyes collaboration actually becoming closer and more rapid in our development of technologies, and also much more closely linked to campaigns we've got going on at the moment. So we can take technology and translate it much more rapidly into the battlefield. The thing that S&T should do is it should take the problems and challenges that our forces have, and it should apply avant-garde and leading-edge science to those problems to come up with revolutionary ideas that will keep them safe and make them more effective. Doing that alone is one line, it uses one lot of intellects in the UK. The Five Eyes multiplies that by 5 times. So our success rate, our ability to go from one end to the other is accelerated and the solutions are 5 times better. What we're seeing is not a sustained set level of S&T or science within the battlefield. We're seeing a rapid increase, and this is in line with what we know in our daily lives. Technology is accelerating. And really to match that, and our adversaries are taking on technology as fast and fast, if not faster than we are, we have to have sustained investment, and I would say growing investment, to match and to ensure that our technology adoption and development in defence is as fast, if not faster, than our adversaries. If we don't do that, we fall behind, and we don't want to do that.